Denny Hamlin just shut the door on his own retirement talk, and he did it in the same breath that he opened it wide back up. 3 wins in 3 weeks. One legend passed, and a one-word answer that's about to blow up the timeline he swore he'd never touch. Here's what actually happened. Hamlin has been on an absolute heater, 3 victories in his last 3 starts. That stretch included a win at Pocono that pushed him past Kyle Busch for sole possession of 9th on NASCAR's all-time wins list, sitting at 63 career victories. Joe Gibbs Racing co-owner Heather Gibbs reacted by half-joking that the team is now trying to figure out how to keep Hamlin racing longer, not shorter. But Hamlin, in a separate sit-down with ESPN, didn't take the bait. He confirmed he's still locked into the retirement date he set for himself, while also revealing he wants to talk to veterans like Kevin Harvick and Mark Martin about how they handled the back half of their careers. This timing is what makes the story complicated. Hamlin signed his current contract, a 2-year extension, before any of this winning streak happened. Before he came one phone call away from his first Cup title at Phoenix last November, before he tied Kyle Busch for 9th all-time at Michigan, before he passed him outright at Pocono. In other words, the version of Denny Hamlin who signed that deal looks nothing like the version of Denny Hamlin racing right now. And there's a deeper layer here too. Hamlin's business partner, 23XI Racing, is Michael Jordan, a man who retired from basketball twice before actually walking away for good. The parallel isn't lost on anyone in the garage. Everyone wants to know if Hamlin is building toward a Jordan-style return, or if he's determined to avoid that exact trap. This is where it gets interesting from a strategic standpoint. Hamlin has clearly done his homework on how careers fade in this sport, and the examples he's studying are a warning, not inspiration. Mark Martin won races at 50 and even grabbed a pole at 54, but he's openly admitted his instincts had been eroding for years before it showed up on a stopwatch. Jimmie Johnson won 3 races the year after his 7th championship, then went winless for his final 95 starts. Richard Petty and Darrell Waltrip both closed out their careers with 0 wins across their last 8 seasons combined. That's the trap Hamlin is trying to dodge. Greatness doesn't end cleanly. It erodes quietly, and by the time it's visible to fans, it's usually too late to leave on your own terms. So is reaching out to Harvick and Martin smart or risky? It's smart, but only if Hamlin treats it as research, not reassurance. The danger is if he uses those conversations to talk himself into extending past his own deadline simply because he still feels fast. Feeling fast and racing fast are not always the same thing, and that gap is exactly what got Petty and Waltrip. Fans are going to split hard on this one. One side will see a champion humbly studying the greats to make sure he goes out on top, disciplined, self-aware, rare in pro sports. The other side will see a man on a heater suddenly second-guessing the exit he already promised, and they won't trust it. Media reaction will likely lean into the Jordan parallel immediately because the storyline writes itself, partner, mentor, 2-time comeback king sitting right next to a driver flirting with the same question. Best case, Hamlin sticks to his original date, rides this win streak into a possible first championship, and retires exactly the way he said he wanted. On top, no regrets, no decline on camera. Worst case, the wins keep piling up, the noise gets louder, and Hamlin extends past his own deadline, chasing one more shot at a title, only to find out the hard way that the version of him fans are cheering for right now doesn't last forever. So here's the real question. Is Denny Hamlin disciplined enough to walk away at the top, or is this win streak about to talk him into one more year he doesn't actually need? Drop your prediction in the comments, best case or worst case. And if you want every Hamlin update breaking down in real time, make sure you're subscribed to SportsWire USA.